Today I'm going to be looking at a new feature in YouTube that is being rolled out to creators. It's started this month, and so you may or may not have this just yet in your YouTube studio, but it is the new research tab, which is basically a tool that allows you to do some research on keywords and things like that, and also specifically what your viewers are searching for, so that you can maybe identify gaps or areas that you may want to focus on in terms of videos that you may want to make. So the place to find this, if I just get straight on into it, is over here in your YouTube studio. Come down to the analytics section, and then from here you'll see up at the top where we've got the overview, the reach, engagement, audience and revenue section. You'll also see this research tab. As I say, it's not available for everyone just at the moment. They're sort of rolling it out. But if you click on this research tab here, then you'll find that we've got this new little section that we can work with. And what this allows you to do is, let me just read it to you, shall I? Explore what viewers are searching for on YouTube. So this basically allows us to do a little bit of research in terms of, I suppose, a little bit like the sort of keyword research that you can do on TubeBuddy. So this is now a sort of built-in feature of YouTube that allows you to do something similar. So here you've got three different sections. So searches across YouTube. So here you can actually type in a specific search term to get some idea of what people are searching for around that. The next area is your viewers searches. So this will give you some information on exactly what your specific viewers of your channel or similar channels are looking at. And this is specifically over the last 28 days. So as it says, use this tool to research some of the top searches from viewers on your channel and across YouTube in the last 28 days. So we'll have a look at this in a moment. And then we've also got some saved searches here. So you can actually, once you start doing your research, you can actually save some of these out. So let's have a little look at how this works, shall we? First of all, we'll come to the searches across YouTube. So if I was going to search for something on here relevant to my channel, so maybe Stream Deck might be a good place to start. So if I just type in Stream Deck, it's going to bring up a specific search term. So you can see that people are searching for that. And if I click on this one, it's now going to give me some extra results. So these are search terms that are similar to the Stream Deck that we've got there. And then it's showing you these different search terms. So we've got just Stream Deck, Elgato Stream Deck Setup, Stream Deck Review, Stream Deck Productivity, Stream Deck Mini, DIY Stream Deck. I'll have a look at that one, actually. That sounds good. Making your own Stream Deck. That sounds like something that's quite up my street. But anyway, so what you can see here is we've got all this list. And as you can see, we've got three different pages of results in here. What you've got down this side here is the search volume on YouTube. So it's telling you the search volume associated with these different tools. At the moment, it is getting data from a number of different geographic locations. So if I click in the top down, the box at the top here, this is where we can apply some filters. So if I come here, I can search in basically these different regions. So we've got Australia, Canada, India, United Kingdom, and United States. So that is where it's actually looking for this information. So if you are serving predominantly geographic locations other than those, then you're not going to get quite the information there just yet. But presumably, this is just a very early stage, and they'll be adding everywhere in eventually. So you can filter this if you want to search specifically for, what people are searching for in the UK. Just click on apply, just like that. And here you've got some slimmed down results, but I'll just switch it back to all for the time being. The other thing that you can do in here is you can filter by this thing here, which is either all searches or content gaps only, because what it's actually going to do is it's going to look at these different terms and find out where there is a specific content gap. And what that means, if I just try to find one in here, I can do it by filtering, obviously. In fact, let me just do that. If I, oh, there you go. There's one at the top. Stream Deck unboxing, and it's saying there's a content gap there. And if you hover over the little icon here, it says a content gap is a way of measuring what viewers are searching for and the results they find. A content gap can happen when viewers can't find any results for their searches, or viewers can't find an exact match for their search, or viewers can't find relevant videos for their searches. For example, the content is old or low quality. So this is basically highlighting areas where you've got some sort of opportunity here to potentially add something that is missing from YouTube. You can then, as I say, search for just these particular content gaps. So that is now filtered. In fact, for Stream Deck, that's the only one that it has identified as a content gap. And what you can also do here is click on these little three dots. And you've got a couple of options here. So first of all, you can save it. So I'll just click on save for the time being, and I'll come to where to find it in a moment. You can also remove it or report it. But there's also this one at the top here, which is go to Google Trends. Now what that will do is it will open up Google Trends, which is a separate service from Google, which basically is great for keyword research as well. And that will search for, in fact, they're saying it does not have enough data on that particular term. Let me just, that's a bit of a bad example then, isn't it? Let me just type Stream Deck. Let's see what happens if I do that. There we go. That is what Google Trends look like. So it was a bit of a bad example there because it didn't have any actual information on that particular one. But this is basically searching for the, this is the interest over time of that particular search term. So you can see if something's trending or if it's increasing in commonality, popularity, if you like, in terms of search. And then you can also look at the regions where people are searching by, and then also related topics, related queries, and things like that. So I'm not going to go into Google Trends because that is a separate service in itself. But it is quite nice that they do have just that link out to the search term from there, so you can do a little bit more research. So if I come over to the saved searches though, here you can see where we've got this Stream Deck unboxing one that we just saved is now in your saved searches. So if you want to sort of monitor these things on an ongoing basis, then you can go back into the saved area and just click on the search term in there. Once you do click on any of these results, it is going to actually just open up as if you had searched for it on YouTube. So it's going to give you all of the videos that are occurring for this particular search term. And what this means is that you can sort of go through it and have a look. And by the way, I've searched for Stream Deck. There is quite a lot there on the Steam Deck, which is something quite different. That is a gaming device as opposed to the Stream Deck. So interesting that those are actually coming up at the top of the results there for a completely separate device, which presumably is part of the reason why it has been identified as a content gap, because there is a potentially room for improvement there in terms of the results people are getting. But this is obviously a great way to have a look at what the competition, if you want to call them that. I don't really think about any other YouTubers with competition as such. It's just what other people in your field are doing though. So it's certainly a good place to go and have a look at what they're doing in terms of the content, their titles, their thumbnails. This is obviously going to bring up the top results just as you would if you were searching on YouTube. So interesting to look how people are presenting their information in terms of, as I say, thumbnails, titles, and all that sort of stuff. So you can maybe get some ideas there of maybe what you could do or what could be improved upon, perhaps. Nice to see some familiar faces, Adrian there, and Adrian Salisbury, and a few others in there as well. And what we've also got here is, because I am a TubeBuddy user, it's interesting that we do get all of this stuff from TubeBuddy on the side as well. So it's quite good to be able to do this initial research in YouTube, but then we're also getting the additional information from TubeBuddy popping in here as well. So when you do a search for anything on YouTube, or when you open up someone's channel on YouTube, then you do get these little TubeBuddy things on the side. So it is also giving us some additional information down here in terms of other related searches and things like that. So that is quite a little interesting point, and the way that those two work well together. And so this is the saved searches, and as I say, you can just click on any one of these. That's the same, by the way, in here. You can just always click on these searches in here. You can remove this filter if you want, so remove that and just show all searches. So you might want to have a look down here and see if there are any others that are of interest. He says, accidentally clicking my foot pedal. Stream Deck productivity, that's definitely one that I'll be focused on in terms of using it as a productivity tool. So here you can see some other potential videos that are offering the same sort of information there. So as I say, just a great way to have a little look at to see what other people are doing in that space. So the other area of this tool which is available, so we've had a look at the searches across YouTube, which is basically where you're typing something in. Another one, let me just type in Keyboard Maestro, just since it is something for my channel. I'm just doing live research here while you are watching. I hope you don't mind. Not much on Keyboard Maestro actually. In fact, if I click on Keyboard Maestro, it'll bring up a few other videos. Oh, nice to see. I'm number 3 on the list there. That's always nice to see. And so yeah, this is just a way, as I say, you can do some initial keyword research. The one that I'm quite interested in though is you've got this one here, which is your viewers searches. So this is telling you what people who are viewers of your channel are actually themselves searching for. It's quite interesting. At the same time, it's a little bit hit and miss so far from what I've seen. Because if I have a look at this is in the past 28 days, by the way. So it says use this tool to research some of the top searches from viewers on your channel and across YouTube in the last 28 days, as I mentioned. So this is really interesting, except that, you know, Instagram Reels. Do I want to make videos on that? I'm not quite sure. Aquarius. Sagittarius, reaction on India, I can't pronounce that one, teacher, Tata Punch, I'm not sure about these, shoulder workout, people who are watching my channel have been interested in shoulder workouts, so it's a case of really going through these and actually seeing which ones are relevant, because this is literally just, you know, what people are searching for of all of your audience. I would imagine that as you get a much larger audience, these results are going to be more and more fine-tuned, because you've basically got a much bigger pool of people, and so it is going to find the trends that are rising to the top. Whereas if you've only got a relatively low number of viewers on your channel, then, and especially if it's a relatively low number that are watching consistently, then this is just going to be taking from a much sort of smaller pool, if you like, of potential data and results. So I may just have a couple of people in here who are interested in star signs and have an aching shoulder. And so that's why these things are getting thrown up. It's going to be really interesting, though, to watch, like, as we go forward with this and just seeing how it sort of gets refined and so on. So I'm not noticing anything, chicken fry recipe. I'm not noticing many things here that are popping up that are going to be necessarily totally relevant to my channel right at the moment. But let's, in fact, what was that one? I just noticed tutorial. No, After Effects tutorial. Don't really do After Effects. So Pixel 6 Pro, not sure about that one. 10-minute workout. Mac Studio, Mac Air M1. How to delete a Facebook account? Well, that's a very good question, isn't it? And there is a content gap there as well. So maybe I could make a video about that. But let's just see what happens. If I come to the beginning, then don't forget we also have this sort of remove thing. So what I could do is I could say this one about Aquarius. I'm not sure about that. Let me just remove that one. This one, reaction on India, I'm going to say I'm going to remove that one. This one here on Aquarius, remove that one. And it'll be interesting to see is as I go through and actually remove these terms. I suppose teacher is actually, I do some things related to that in terms of, well, I am teaching, but also the tools that I'm talking about are very good for teachers. Shoulder workout, I don't think I'm going to get into that on this particular channel. Metaverse, Ethereum, I'll get away from the crypto stuff on this particular channel. Chicken fry recipe, I'll remove that one. S22 Ultra, I'm not even sure what that is, so that's probably not for me. BMW X7, let's get rid of that. So let's have a look, though, now that I've removed those, what is the effect of that? Is it going to actually repopulate these, I should say? So I'll just come back and I'll just refresh this page, and I'm going to see if it has actually now updated these with some different things. So we have now got 3 pages. So we've got 3 new pages, essentially. Let's see what has been added in here. So it has added in some more, and look at that green screen effect. So now it's actually getting to be a little bit more interesting. I don't know why there's all this BMW stuff on my channel, or people have been. I suppose it's just what people have been watching, haven't they? Off-grid living. I like the sound of that, but not really for me. iPad Mini 6. I am using one of those, so I should probably leave that. Blockchain technology. I'll get away from the trading and crypto stuff on here. Easter sermon. Premiere Pro tutorial. It's kind of tutorials, isn't it? So, but I'm not going to be making a video about Premiere Pro because, you know me and the whole editing thing. I'm just keen to see, sorry to just drag on about all of this. Vocabulary, let's remove this. If I just go through and actually remove a lot of these ones, how quickly it just sort of really hones in on the sort of things that I might want to do. London Underground, not sure about that one on this channel. Stream entrepreneurship, entrepreneur. Technically, I do a lot of consultation calls with entrepreneurs, so I guess I should leave that one for now. I don't want to rule it out as a potential avenue, you see, for it to be working out what people may be looking for. This one is about stock as well. Remove that. So how many have I removed there? Quite a few. So let's just have a little refresh of this. I'm interested to see. I'll just do this one last time, and we'll have a little look at how the viewers' searches now are looking compared to my content. It's looking a bit more tech-based, isn't it? Home decor, not sure about that one. Tatar Safari, don't know what that is. Real estate. Let's see. Is this getting more tech-based? I do like that green screen effect, by the way. I'm going to save that one because I have had experience, obviously, of using a green screen. iPad Mini 6. I shall have a look at that because I do use my trusty iPad Mini all the time. Let's have a little look at what else we've got in here. How to delete a Facebook account. It's not really content for my channel, that is it. Let's go and look at the next page. Pork belly. I've got one of those, but I'm not going to make a video about it, and I'll keep it covered up behind my my polo shirt, to be honest. Adobe Premiere Pro tutorial, technical analysis. That will be trading. So it is picking up. There's some of my videos are about trading and stuff like that. So that will be technical analysis of trading. Sony A7 III. So there we go. That is basically how it is refined it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be playing with this as we go forward and just trying to delete all the ones that I see are definitely not relevant. And then I'll play around with also how they, you know, once I start saving more of these searches, I'll be interesting to, I'll do that in the Take One Tech After Dark, Rich. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how these searches in these terms that they've got in there are going to be actually changing as things go forward. And obviously, as I say, it is quite an early stage product as well, just being rolled out. So it'll be interesting to know how many more features they add into this. One of the things is, you know, my initial thought with this was, well, we can already do a lot of keyword research with TubeBuddy that's a little bit, in a sense, more advanced in terms of you know, the way that they're trying to give you a bit more information, having done a little bit of further, I suppose, back-end analysis on it, you know, to give you scores on various different things, whereas the scoring that we've got on here is basically only search volume. It's not telling you things to do with relevance to your channel specifically. The one that we don't get with TubeBuddy is literally what your actual viewers are looking at, so that is an interesting one that has been added in. There is, by the way, I should just mention, if you are using this, there is this send feedback. So definitely, if you find anything useful or not useful, here it's looking for feedback. It is a new feature, so you know, they're going to want feedback. So definitely be active in terms of giving feedback to help make it a better product. So I'm going to use this for a little while and try it out, and then be giving my feedback so that you can help improve the product. Yeah, the part about showing you what your viewers are looking for, though, I'll have to report back on how that actually turns out in terms of the refinement of it that they do, if any, in terms of the results, as I give them feedback from just my actions using it. It'd be really interesting to see how that goes. In the meantime, I see it as a good accompaniment to the TubeBuddy keyword research tool. And yeah, it's really great to see this sort of stuff being added into YouTube Studio. So that is it, really. That is a little bit of an overview of it. It's not a massive tool as as much as, you know, we've got with TubeBuddy and things like that. I should, by the way, I suppose at this point say that I do use TubeBuddy extensively. It has been a real lifesaver in terms of when I first started my channel, it was really my sort of go-to little coach to help me in terms of getting all of my details right, my descriptions, keywords, all that sort of stuff. But since I've started to grow the channel and I've got more content on there, I've really used it a lot more for the refinement of the videos that I've got on there and trying to be a bit more conscious about things like SEO and getting found on YouTube and higher conversion rates and all that sort of stuff. So it's a really great tool. You can get a free trial of it at takeonetech.io/TubeBuddy. I've done a whole series of videos about this recently, actually, so I'll leave a link to the playlist for that in the description as well. Highly recommend it. It's I think if you are less than 1,000 subscribers, it's half price, so it works out at just the very basic level. There is a free version, but the very basic level, which is actually called the Pro plan, that works out at something like $5 a month or something like that. And for the amount of time it can save you, I think it's definitely worth a look. So takeonetech.io/TubeBuddy to get your free trial. So yeah, I definitely think this will be a great addition to all of this, and it'll be interesting to see how it grows going forward. For those watching on the replay, and thanks for everybody, the mad crowds that have been flooding in today. That's you, Rich. And I will leave a link for those watching on the replay to my TubeBuddy playlist over on the right-hand side. Thanks for stopping by.